What's up, everybody? Back
What's
with
up,
another.
Everybody? You go.
We are unhinged.
You got it.
We
right
are
at the start.
unhinged.
Welcome to Unfinished Business. Another episode coming at you. If you guys are here with us for the first time, or you're following us because of Bedanzo's on last week, welcome. My name is Tyler. I'm here with Matt, Corey, and Taylor. And we're going to have a fun episode tonight. We all have surprise topics that nobody knows. We didn't talk about it. We're all just going to bring a topic to the table, and we're just going to discuss it right off the rip. And then we have some other fun things to finish off the episode with as well. So we like to start off the episode by saying, what is going on in your world of disc golf? Matt, what's going on with you?
Nothing. We've had two
Love
snowstorms.
it. All right, Taylor, what about you?
Next up. I filmed my in the bag the other week, and then it finally caught up to me.
Awesome, Tyler.
Tyler, ready?
I lost my grudge match on the 17th hole because of a wet disc this weekend. I'm not clutch.
Another one.
Awesome.
Another
Matt,
one.
Corey, what about you?
No, it's your turn.
No, you.
They already went.
Okay,
Your turn.
I'm in Nashville and I played some disc golf.
Thanks for
Sick.
tuning in, guys. Thanks for
All
following
right.
your podcast.
See you guys next week.
No, but I do have an important announcement to make. If we can be really serious and respectful for the next 60 seconds, can we handle that?
Is this about your grudge match?
No.
Okay, then hold on. Taylor needs to continue his what did he do this week?
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, I've played disc golf for a long time and never actually injured myself, but I rolled the crap out of my ankle this weekend, and it was not fun. I just want to let everybody know that and complain about it.
Let's hear the scenario real quick.
Nothing fun. I was literally just walking, and a root did me dirty.
Old baby.
Tried to end my whole career real quick.
Dang. So what's the are you on the 10-day DL? What's the prognosis?
I mean, realistically, bless you, Corey. I could probably go play right now. It just hurts a little bit, play through it. But yeah, I imagine I'll be back at it this weekend.
We'll let everybody know. Ulti World to put that out.
Yeah, put the injury
report.
update out there.
Yeah. Yep. All right, go ahead, Matt. I'll cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. There's literally nothing going on here. There's we've had two snowstorms in the last week. We have another snowstorm tomorrow. I'm dodging and weaving, desperate to play disc golf, and I cannot. But
When Matt says he's getting a snowstorm, just automatically assume I'm getting like 3 inches of rain, because that's what happens. Matt gets a snowstorm and we get the rain on the East Coast. It's ridiculous.
Also assume his phone is just toast.
That's done for.
yeah, and my phone is just toast. 89%.
Car wrecked. Phone done.
What else have you wrecked?
I've actually wrecked a car. I've broken a phone.
No, in the last month.
Just car wasn't wrecked. Fixed it. Phone.
Tripod.
That's really about it, I think.
Nice.
And I'm aware of, at least.
Nice. So back to me. I've posted some pretty good not episode. Guys, this is terrible. I posted some videos on YouTube that the last one I spent a lot of time on, but I got a couple things coming up in the future that I'm super excited about, where I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about switching from one company to another a little bit. So I'm hyped for that. But yeah, I played my grudge match this weekend. A lot of smack talk leading up to it. And I was leading up until the 15th hole, screwed up an upshot, dropped the shot there. And then I got to the 17th hole, and it was sleeting from hole 6 on, and disc was just too wet, slipped out of my hand, 45-degree angle, went into a tree that I thought I'd never hit. And then it was hole 17 at Iron Hill, which is the iconic hole there. And I was playing from behind the whole time. I think I was equivalent to the guy I was playing against. I had thrown 2 shots up to his drive, and then it was just toast. So it happens. but I
One
do
of these
have
days the grudge matches will go our way. And
so we'll say
be here
this,
to celebrate.
those are the Friday matches, and those are the double matches I usually lose. But here's the thing: in singles matches in our group, I've only lost 1 singles match in the last 3 months, but it's always the doubles. But this is a special grudge match against a guy that I had beaten in the Ryder Cup, and then they posted, and then we played longs to gold at Iron Hill. And anyways, but I do have something emotional to talk about real quick. I'm retiring 2 disc out of my bag permanently for the rest of my life. So it's a big day for me. I'm retiring my Charizard from my bag.
Oh no.
My TL3. Sad day, but I don't want to lose it. I found a replacement, so this guy is gone. And then ironic to that is my second ever Sexton Firebird 21. This thing is just getting a little too flippy on me, but it's been a guy that I have loved leaning on in the bag for wood shots and little flex lines. And my replacements for those guys is the Pipeline's going to replace that Charizard. Great disc. I love it so far. And then this Marweed Avalanche, which flies just like that Sexton Firebird, but a little bit more stable. So sad day. Going to retire those two guys, but good memories. So
DGA Takeover is here.
DGA is taking over my
lookout.
bag so fast, and it's all because Corey like whispered it in my ear one time, and now I'm like, DGA, yeah, all right, let's take a look. And then I took the plunge, and dude, I'm so deep.
Is Corey low-key the greatest disc salesman of all time?
Yes. Why?
we
I
all
have no
have-
idea.
We all have a stack of discs in our house somewhere because of Corey. So yeah, he is.
Unbelievable.
There's going to be a
Hidden talent.
competition one day about me and Bedanza. Who could sell more plastic?
That's got to be. We had all our joint videos for the if we could make our own bags. The next one's going to be bags of discs I bought because completely Corey told me to. That's the next series.
That's true. Corey, you have anything else to add, or was that it?
I played a course in Murfreesboro. You probably don't say the extra R, but it's in there. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's called Central Valley. Amazing course. Someone commented it on one of my last videos and was like, you need to check this out. It's a bomber course. It is partially a bomber course. The rest of it is kind of in the woods. Really fun course. Hole 17 is like 700 and something feet. And it's you're up on a ledge, and then it's like almost like a water like drainage. So it goes like down and then up, and then the basket's on another ledge.
Love that. That's
It's
cool.
amazing. It's amazing.
That's cool. Did you film
That's
there
about
or
it.
no?
Yeah, I filmed it.
Cool.
I haven't gotten a chance to edit though, because my work is taking over my life,
Work.
along with this chest cold that's still here.
Welcome back, chest cold
In
number
this
week number
podcast.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it's gone. And we'll give a little bit of a hint to everybody. We got Corey a gift, and he was supposed to be home by now, we thought, to open it on this episode, but we'll have to wait till next week. So
Yep.
we're pretty excited to give it to him.
I don't know what it is.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be sick.
So, yeah.
The only hint was it's made out of glass or something like that.
It'll shatter if it's in the cold for too long.
True.
Like glass.
That was your comment, not mine.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, like I mentioned, we're just going to bring a topic. Nobody knows what the topics are going to be. So this episode is called Unhinged, pretty much. Last week was very tame for us. So we have to get it back to even. So we have to go in the opposite direction to get that back to even. So Taylor, well, first off, let's talk about this. Sorry. We got some big news to discuss. I almost just ran like right past it. I hit the e-brake, put it in reverse, went back. We got to talk about Eagle McMahon announcing he is leaving Discmania, which I think what we've learned about disc golfers is that they're so bad at not leaking information about leaving companies. I don't know why it's so bad or why it's so difficult, but what's hilarious about Eagles is that his was accidental apparently, because last week they showed that that Eagle had not posted a video private, or posted a video and then turned it back to private, and we all saw that he was probably leaving. So what are our thoughts about Eagle leaving? Taylor, I think you have some pretty emotional opinions about Eagle leaving.
I do. I was to say the video today, I wasn't really expecting it, but definitely did get a little emotional. I'm kind of known, at least in this group, as the guy that's been around for a long time. I've been watching disc golf for a while. So I feel like a lot of the moments that they shared in that video, I, personally watched and was there for. So, I was sad they didn't include some iconic Eagle, memories like blowing up at GBO his first time on the lead card or like choking away the Australian Open. I don't know why those didn't make the cut, but there's some great Eagle moments out there. I think we all knew the writing was on the wall even before like the video thing. They were like going into the vault and selling these old Eagle Tour series, like please get these off the shelves because we're not going to be able to sell them soon. I also think that the Discmania tradition of like one last signature run on the way out, like the Two Bird 4 and these new Cloud Breakers are kind of weird, but I mean people are going to buy them, so I really shouldn't say too much about it. But yeah, I'm excited to see where he goes. I have some thoughts, but I don't think anybody really... That's one thing, at least, that's been kind of pretty well kept under wraps, I think, is the speculation on where he's going. But yeah, some deep feels for me today on Eagle leaving Discmania.
Taylor, what video did you watch where you got the feels? Was it the Discmania one or Eagles?
The Discmania one is the one I watched first. Yeah.
Do you remember what part you were watching where it kind of got you to well up a little bit?
All of the I feel like all of the young Eagle clips got me just because I feel like I hadn't really thought about that in a long time. I was like, man, he really did start with Discmania when he was like 13. Like he's been around a long time. So it was cool to see. It was kind of cool to look back on.
Yeah.
I will say, okay, so I was watching his video. He was like, when I wanted to go to Discmania, I just got a gut feeling that I should go there. And now I'm getting the gut feeling that I should leave. Bro, you're not getting the gut feeling you should leave. You got offered more money.
Get in the bag.
Yeah, I will say Drew Gibson just posted a video and was like, hey, I've been hearing that inside of House of Discs, there's like some stuff going on maybe, and that might have related to Eagles' idea or decision to leave as well. But like, we know why, bro. This is not some crazy thing here. Like some company has offered you a good amount of money or probably more than Discmania did, and you decided to change. I feel like there's not a crazy amount otherwise on that. But
I had some buddies in a friend group talk about why. I don't know why it bothers them, but they're like, why are disc golfers so corny where they have to make this like leaving video like all the time? Does anyone feel that way, or is it just like the disc golf way?
Who, besides for Simon, who else did it?
Well, I mean, Eagle just did it. I don't know who else did it.
That's what I'm
I feel
saying.
like there's nothing else to post about right now anyway.
Yeah.
It's just like might as well get the
that,
content from it. Like,
I can't think about it, but I just thought that was interesting. I mean, I personally don't care, if it's about the goodbye videos or whatever. I'm trying to find exactly what was said in our group chat, but I can't find it.
yeah, I mean, other than Simon and Eagle, I think if it was someone who had been with a company for a while, then maybe it feels inclined to. But it's not like how long was Tristan with Latitude?
I mean, Prodigy tried to like play at the heartstrings of like the Goodbye Gannon video, and we're like, bro, you just sued him a year ago. Like, chill out.
Bro, we remember, by the way. We remember, in case anyone was curious. But no, I feel like it's only really people who've been around for a while that are making their own video like goodbye to this company, but I don't know. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I can't see someone that's been on a team for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like...
So thankful to be with.
Yeah.
So my one buddy says that his wife walked in the room watching the Eagle video or whatever, and she was like, "Did he die? Is this a eulogy?" So I guess she thought it was a eulogy or something like that. I don't know. But
and we will raise you up on eagle's wings. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, where's Eagle going?
I have one question. How much do you think Connor O'Reilly is worth?
2 McDoubles.
I mean,
that's slander. I gotta take that.
Yeah, you gotta take that.
Do you think Connor O'Reilly is worth all of these people leaving Lone Star?
I've seen this take.
Okay.
I cannot see Eagle at Lone Star though. I just can't.
Yeah,
I know you can't. You can't see him anywhere besides Discmania.
I can see him other places.
Yeah.
That's a good take.
Yeah, I mean, no, does it make sense? But here's my question. I think I would be more agreeable to that take if we didn't have feedback that Lone Star was doing some really weird stuff, in the last couple months.
This might be the really weird thing.
They got oil money.
Purge enough people
You have oil money
so that they
do
can
whatever they
afford
want.
Eagle McMahon.
Maybe so.
I'm telling you right now, Eagle can go to Lone Star, and I'll still not buy any Lone Star.
Got it.
That's probably valid.
You say that now, but I literally all I did was go DGA, and now you have a full bag.
That's the best diss I ever throw a bit.
I've always been interested, but yeah, I
He's
mean,
always been DGA curious.
I have. So I don't know, man.
I'm not saying he's
Wait, does
going
anyone
to
else have
Lone
a strong
There's a
feeling?
chance.
Hold on,
for
we
where
got to
he's
say
going?
this. We got to say this though. Somebody posted on Facebook that he was throwing a Zone OS, so there's that out there as well.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems to add Eagle to the lineup. Like, you have so many heaters on your team already. It feels like probably Discraft is not being super hardcore about like who they need to get.
I legit could see Latitude 64. Legit.
I could too. I think the biggest key to me that I think I haven't seen a ton of people talking about is in the scope of like major disc golf contracts. It has to be a company that, one, can make Eagle molds that he helps design that are his line of discs, and two, that can do that relatively easily. And I think like a Latitude, a Discraft, people that have the ability, like we've already seen that Innova will not do that. Like that is not something that Innova cares to do at all. So I don't think it's Innova, but I think somebody had said DD. I was like, DD has enough trouble getting discs from like Latitude as is. I think the only thing that makes me lean away from Latitude is the whole House of Discs thing. Like if Discmania wasn't going to give him the money, it's kind of all the same money now. So it's weird that they would shift him to Latitude, but Eagles kind of always had like a European
Unless this was in
presence.
what if this was in the talks for like before House of Discs?
True. I will say there's a company that just acquired a very big player, and I guarantee you has made a lot of money off of it. So outside of people in disc golf not feeling great money wise, might have incentive to be like, yo, what if we run it back and get another huge player?
But like, just to stay on Latitude for a minute, like they have a lot of overstable, like good molds for Eagle to throw. Their plastic is similar to what Discmania was having, and I think the guy that was part designer of the disc, which his name is Thomas or whatever,
Thomas Ekstrom, yeah.
I think he was helping design Discmania disc, so like he's got that. Oh, he knows Eagle because remember he helped Eagle design the Rainmaker in the video. Mm-hmm. So he's got that partnership already there with Latitude. Latitude has zero NPO.
Bless you.
Like good players. No offense, maybe like one good player, but
I do not know a Latitude 64 NPO player right now. Sorry, other than
Lori Lettinen.
Yeah, Lori Lettinen.
Silver. They have Silver a lot.
And so okay, yeah. And so okay. I can
best known for being Kristen Starr's partner.
Yeah.
I can think of two there and then. But like, yeah, that makes sense. I think I'm also just hesitant. Like, does it particularly matter that a deal was in talks before they were acquired? Do they even care about that? Or is it
I'm
just
just thinking like what company is available for Eagle to go to that like would make
Prodigy discs.
Dude, I'm all about DGA, but it's not going to happen.
What putter did he putt with?
Rainmaker.
Very
It's
straight,
very
shallow
straight
P2.
putter. Mm-hmm.
Shallow P2?
Yeah.
Kind of like this?
Oh, I knew it's
All right, here,
I mean,
deep cut. Eagle's girlfriend's family has a shop in Birmingham, Alabama. You know what's close to Birmingham, Alabama? Dalton, Georgia. Prodigy Disc headquarters. They're moving in.
Dude,
it's not going to happen, but
Prodigy would pop off, though.
It's true. They need something. Kevin Jones ain't doing it.
But I'm going to say
I
this.
love Kevin Jones, but Kevin Jones ain't doing it.
Just imagine this real quick. That's my last thing. Like, Latitude picked up Ricky, won 2 world titles. Latitude picks up Eagle. Eagle finally wins a world title. Like, that would be wild.
It certainly would be wild. I don't know if it's happening or not, but here's a question. I had someone pose this, okay, to
postulate.
I don't know how. Postulate it, whatever. Okay. When a player signs with a company, especially a pro, they don't throw understable discs. They throw overstable discs they've beat up themselves. Okay? Now, this was presented to me, and then I was on a video or something, and then I went back and watched a bunch of in the bags of pros. No pro throws an understable disc out the box. They all do that. Unrelated, but you think about all these pros moving companies. Now they've got to beat up discs really quick if they're in this. Why are pros not doing this? Maybe people disagree with me, but I don't know. In the bags I watched were all insanely overstable stuff. They'd beat to crap.
I feel like I more often hear somebody say like, "Oh, I got this beat up whatever from somebody else," than like even saying that they throw an understable disc. Like it's just like hand-me-downs or stuff that's traveled between pros.
All right, so everybody gets one guess, and then we're moving on. Where is Eagle going?
I got my answer.
Latitude is mine.
Luft discs.
I love
Done.
it. I love it.
I think-
And the way they're going to pay for it is a Kickstarter.
There you go.
MVP. I'm going to say MVP. I know they already announced. I don't care.
No, my real guess is MVP. My troll guess is Thought Space Athletics,
Done. Moving on. Good
which
stuff.
is still to MVP discs. So
If he goes to Streamline, I'm going to be so mad.
Why?
I love that theory. I love it.
Because
It makes so much sense.
Bro,
He's
have you thrown a
completely
trace? Those
selling
things
out,
are
though.
sick.
Yeah, but like he's going to like burn that into the ground.
Yeah, and he'll get a streamlined time lapse, and they'll call it the Eagle's Claw, and it'll be sick.
I just think like it's following Simon's footsteps again is what it feels like. And I
You know
feel
what
like
wouldn't make me care about that? $10 million.
I know, but I wonder if Simon was just getting annoyed with Eagle too a little bit. I've seen some videos, and I feel like Simon gets annoyed with Eagle sometimes, and then all of a sudden, Eagles come in exactly where Simon, and Simon's like, "Ugh, another 10 years with the kid."
That's how Corey
if
feels
Simon
about me.
was like,
Just
"Hey,
talking to him all the time.
We should do this with Eagle, but make his contract $1 less than mine.
Oh, that would be great.
Just
I don't
to do it.
I might be crazy. I don't think Simon and Eagle are getting the same contract. I feel like Simon's worth so much more than Eagle. Maybe I'm crazy there.
No.
I don't know if it's so much more, but like Eagle's younger. But Simon does move plastic. We know that.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Is Simon moves plastic.
So, all right,
We'll keep
let's
it
move. Let's keep it moving. We got a bunch of stuff to get through. Taylor, I'd love to hear what you've brought to the table tonight.
Tonight I've brought to the table something that I thought about all on my very own. I came up with this incredible and informative disc golf topic by going on twitterx.com. This has been getting people fired up. I don't know which way I truly land on, but I've seen a lot of debate about this one on the Twitter. Do we have strong opinions about the fact that the Disc Golf Pro Tour posts seems to be like picking and choosing who they're posting their contract announcement of, and seemingly without any incentive to do so? Which I see both sides of this. I think it's weird that you are essentially giving free advertising to companies that pay you for advertising on your platform at the same time with, Pro Tour events, advertising, marketing materials on the tour. And then also, I think the big thing was like within 2 weeks, they posted like 4 Thought Space announcements and nobody else, which was just a little bit sus. I also think it's the off season. There's nothing to post about anyway, so you might as well just use the clips that you already have of people throwing discs on your Instagram for the content to post. But it's been getting some people fired up, so I'm curious to see everybody's take on that one.
I think that, I was thinking about the NFL, and I feel like on the NFL on their Twitter page, when somebody signs with a team, that they'll post about it. So I didn't see an issue with it. I'm kind of confused about why it is such a big deal. Like, who had strong opinions about it on Twitter? Did you see, Taylor?
A lot of randoms
Andrew
interacting
Fish.
with Brody Smith on the Twitter. The biggest naysayer is Brody, though. Brody is of the take that these are companies that are, gaining advertising that they otherwise probably would pay for from the platform of like the Pro Tour's Instagram. I think is the take. I could be wrong too. Let me pull this bad boy up.
I don't know. I feel like it's weird that companies are posting that. I don't know. Like, sorry, I said it's companies. I feel like it's weird the Pro Tour's posting that. Like, I don't think we have to. What's the metric that we do? You know, like, what decides that? If other sports do it, that's understandable. I don't know if that necessarily means disc golf has to do it.
I think the key difference for me of like a player moving in the NFL is like the team's still under the league, right? Whereas I think it's because of the relationship of the player to the manufacturer of that entity, you know, not necessarily falling under the league, it being its own kind of business entity makes it just seem a little bit more strange.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion about it. I don't know why it's where people are up in arms about it, specifically Brody. I don't know why he is really up in arms about it. I have no idea.
Let me make sure I understand. He's saying that they shouldn't be posting in general, or he's saying that they shouldn't be posting because they're giving away advertising to companies.
I mean, just from scrolling through, it honestly seems like he's of the opinion they shouldn't be posting in general, like player movement.
Okay, I could find that reasonable. You know, I think I find both reasonable, but I don't know. I don't know that it matters that much, but it's kind of a weird. I don't know. I noticed that too. It was like, with the way disc golf contracts are right now, it's like if like your big players aren't moving, it's just like you have like 10 people to post other than that, and then that's it. You know, I don't think it'd be crazy to be like Paul's moving, but Paul's not moving. So what are they going to post about? I don't know.
Corey, do you have an opinion about this or no?
Yeah, my opinion is I don't know why the Pro Tour hasn't posted about how you should like and subscribe for Unfinished Business podcast. I don't know why that's...
Or the move of completely Corey to the Finish Line Disc creator team. They haven't posted about that one. That's really odd.
No, that's okay. I didn't pay him, so...
Who the heck is that guy?
Yeah.
Those logos or something.
Not worried about that.
I don't know. That's kind of weird. I feel like half the stuff we do in disc golf is like we kind of just do it. And if we got any bigger, we'd have to decide. If we got any bigger, people would say either A, this is like what we've done for years. This is our disc golf thing. Or like B, be like, oh, it's just there, you know? And it's like you'll have the same argument for people, but this time it'll be because they're like, oh, that's what we've always done it in disc golf. We're not going to stop now just because we're bigger. It's like, whatever. I don't know. There's not a lot in that.
I don't know. I don't really have much more on that. It doesn't bother me one way or another if they're posting about other players. And it is suspicious that they're only doing certain players. You're saying more TSA people?
Yeah, the screenshot that I saw on Twitter when I was looking at this a few days back was, you know, of like 10 of their last posts, 4 were like specifically, you know, highlight reels of ThoughtSpace players signing and like, you know, look at, you know, top plays of X who just signed a contract with ThoughtSpace and like no other press for any other brand. So at least that time period was a little questionable.
Was it hold on one sec. Was it the PDGA or was it the Pro Disc Golf
the Pro
Tour?
Tour. Yeah, the DGPT's Instagram.
Why is Corey looking at me like that, bro? I didn't do
wish I had the Zoom ready, bro. Here we go.
There it is.
Oh, not even close. All right, I've got mine, but I'm willing to let Tyler, if you got yours ready, rip it.
Mine will be last.
Okay. So my topic, I have a couple things. Corey's so scary that close.
The quality is actually pretty good for being that.
It's really good.
It is.
I'm also in a hotel, so that's kind of cool.
Oh.
Like this Wi-Fi is pretty cool.
Yes,
better than at home.
About the same.
Well, except that was super delayed.
It's like literally just jinxed it.
Really.
No, he's back in. It works out. Okay, here's my question. Everyone wants to yap about flight numbers. Okay. I want us right now to rebuild flight numbers for the good of disc golf. And then Tyler is going to send it to every company. He's going to send the 20-minute clip of us rebuilding via the DMs, and we're going to make it happen. how are we rebuilding flight numbers? What characteristics should we take into account?
Oh man, I have no idea.
I'll start because I feel like I got added on the outspoken anti-flight numbers guy. The thing about that also is I don't think there's a great solution. Like, I have no problem with speed because speed like just should directly correlate 1-to-1 to like how wide the rim of a disc is. So like I'm chilling with speed as a whole. Everything else, I think glide is the one that I hate the most because it's so subjective on the mold, the plastic, how domey the disc is. There's so many factors in that I think you just cannot control down to outside of like giving a distinct flight number to a one-of-one disc. There's not a great way to like accurately represent that. So I don't know. I don't know what the solution would be.
I stand with, I think speed has to exist. I also think that we have to kind of ignore the fact that we're not great at making accurate discs or like consistent discs. I think we kind of have to be like, we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out at a later date. Don't worry about that. Right now.
Ideally, this mold does this. Whatever happens after the molding, like happens.
And like we'll figure that part out of it later. Like, but I think speed is a go-to. I think any metric that we can measure on a disc is a go-to, right? So like whatever a disc, I think we have like discs typically start at like 1.1 millimeter thickness, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Like you could really just label that as, 1 speed, 2 speed, 3 speed, 4 speed. Right. And you could keep going. And that's how it pretty consistently is. I think when Foundation does their reviews of the stuff, they like specifically measure how thick it is. And they go like, well, compared to what most 7 speeds are, this is slightly thicker or slightly less thick, or whatever, that kind of thing. I think that's a fine metric to have.
So I specifically look at disc specs on the PDGA. On the PDGA website, comparable to how they feel and everything. So I can relate to that, but I think what we need to do is keep the speed, but there needs to be like specifically somehow to say at like these 3 speeds, this is the flight path of this disc. And I think it needs to be a diagram somewhere so we can see that. So they can send a diagram to like all the disc golf stores and be able to have that and say, hey, when you throw at, you could say beginner, intermediate, and advanced, like this is what it'll look like when you're throwing it at these speeds or whatever the case may be. Here's the speed of the disc. The only thing that makes it difficult is that it can look like over top overhead view, the path, but also you don't know like the height of like where the disc is or how quickly it gets to the ground. And that's where the glide, so I believe in glide. I do. All right. So if it says a glide of 4 comparable to 5, I think it's a huge difference in my opinion. Like if it looks like when it comes out of the hand and it looks like it's like a laser beam and controllable, to me, that's a 4, like immediately, like I can tell. If it's a 5, then it gets a little bit more like turning a little bit. You can tell it like wants to stay in the air longer. So when people talk about glide's not a thing, I think they don't know what they're talking about. And they really aren't like taking a look at the ground play. I think glide plays a play in that as well. But then again, you could say on a Firebird, a glide is 3, and yet it still gets a massive skip. So never mind, that does make sense either. But anyways, that's like what I've got and what I would look for, because a 12.5 -1.3 disc, a destroyer, you got the DD3, the Hurricane, the time lapse, whatever ones I'm missing, the Zeus, like they all are going to turn at different spots in their flight. And so you'd like to see when they do turn comparable to each other.
I think too, just because I kind of got a shot right there that I don't know what I'm talking about because I said glide stupid, but I think the difference, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I think that glide,
I'm not going to hurt. My feelings won't be hurt.
No, you're fine. I was just saying, I do think that glide exists. I think the problem with trying to quantify glide is it's different between a domey disc and a flat disc of the same mold. So it's really hard to accurately quantify that between like, these are the flight numbers for the mold or like, this is the flight numbers for this disc. I've also thought about too, like the speed thing. Like if you throw a disc 50 miles an hour, it's going to fly like this, and trying to plot that. I think the challenge with that also comes into if you throw 50 miles an hour with like 600 RPM is going to fly different than if you throw it 45 miles an hour with 650 RPM. So it's just, it's a challenge for sure.
I was going to say like, oh, we can put something in there about spin rate, but yet like if your miles per hour is low, then, you know, it's going to do its thing kind of quickly, but then die. And yeah, that makes it difficult because obviously the more spin you put on it, the more you accentuate the turn on the disc, in my opinion. But then if you don't throw it as hard, yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Well, okay, when you say glide, like on the disc, is that not it? Is that not at least partially related to just how stable it is? Like,
so I mentioned this in a distance driver video that I posted, is that I didn't realize that the glide of 6 on a race and the fade of 2, I was always nervous comparable to like, let's just say an Enigma. An Enigma, if you throw that on an Anheuser at all, it's going to hold that line the whole way. And that's a 12.5 minus 1, 2. But on the Grace, because it wants to stay in the air longer because of the glide, that 2 is really accentuated because it's in the air longer for it to fight enough back. And so it's really not a 2 fade. It's really like a 2.5, 3 fade. But because of that extra glide, it has that opportunity to fight back. If that makes sense. It could not make sense, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is one thing I've noticed too, that like sometimes a less overstable disc has more opportunity to move farther left than a more overstable disc will, because it stays in the air for longer. Like it has more flight, like literal flight time to work left, as opposed to like obviously something that's a tilt, like super overstable. Yeah, it's dumb overstable and it's going to fade, but it's not going to fade very far because it's going to hit the ground after like 200 feet. So,
right. So like personally, I preferred a TL3 comparable to a 5 glide because I wanted something to be a little bit more controllable in the hands, to where it would want to just be like that medium flight. Like it'll just hold the line that I put it on and not catch like that like air bounce at like a 5 glide. So 4 glide helps me to have a little bit more control, in my opinion. Or if it has a flatter top disc, I think that helps as well.
okay, I think that's reasonable. Okay, so we're saying speed we have to account for. Just straight.
I kind of want to change speed just because. What
do you want to change it to? Tell. Speak.
All right, so there's only 4 options.
Corey's cooking.
Number 1, putter. Number 2, mid. Number 3, fairway. Number 4, distance driver. Now, if it's a 1 speed, it's a 1 minus. 2 speed, 1. 3 speed, 1 plus. So it's either minus, normal, or plus.
Okay.
That literally fits 12 speeds. No one cares about 13 speeds.
That's true.
I don't care what you say. No one cares about 13 speeds. So if anything, you could say like 4 max or whatever. But I think it would be cool to have like a number with the either minus or plus symbol. And that'll tell you like, oh, it's a putter, but it's like a faster speed putter, if that makes any sense.
Yep, it does.
I don't know how you would change glide because it's such a weird number. And then I think we could probably put turn and fade together.
In what way? I don't disagree with you, but I'm curious in what way.
You could do like some sort of range, right? Because a turn and the fade, you can make a range.
Yeah.
Like a range scale. I don't know how that would work.
Okay. So you're saying in this scenario, a tighter range has less turn and less fade? And so,
yeah, but the problem is you could say like a range of like 5, and yet that could just mean it wants to go like this, or it means it wants to go like that.
Yeah, I was almost gonna say like you could try to make turn and fade just like one number, like a number of this equals stability, but I feel like there's certain molds, like the classic to me is like a beast. Like a beast wants to turn, but it also wants to fade. Like there's molds that high speed turn is more accentuated on some molds in my mind than others, which makes it hard to just represent that in one number. I think everybody can agree that I wish the scale was the same. Like I wish it wasn't speeds 1 to 14, glide 1 to 6. Like I feel like they could all at least be standardized, like 1 to 10 or something.
Yeah.
Like,
well, usually when you look at turn and fade, you try and like cancel them out. Like if you have a -2, it's pretty neutral.
Yeah.
Like it's going to turn as much as it fades.
Yeah.
So that would be like in the middle of whatever our range is.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask this follow-up question then. I have never seen a mid, at least. There's probably one out there. Maybe Wild Discs makes one. A negative, like a 5.5 -2.2. That disc doesn't exist. Or I could even add to that. You will never see or it's uncommon to see like a 5.5 -1.3. Okay. In a mid-range, which makes sense because a mid-range has a shorter flight. And in a distance driver, you have a longer flight, so you have more time to do your -1 and more time to do your 3. So I maybe understand go ahead, please.
If you think about it, -1.3 would be the equivalent of 0.2. Especially with a mid, because you can put more chutzpah into it.
Yeah. No, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying it's just a thing I noted, and I think it's partially why we have such a wide range. Like it's like you don't unlock the higher stabilities or the higher understabilities until you're like up into fairways and distance drivers. Unless Taylor had one for us.
The only disc I could find is the Innova Cheetah, which is 6.4 -2.2. Is the only -2.2 like lower speed disc that exists.
Yeah.
Also, like the FX2 is a 9.4 -1.3, and that is nowhere near a -1 on the turn. Like an FX2, like wants to throw a go just like a Firebird. It's the exact same, or a Raptor is more like it. So, yeah, I mean, that's like a weird thing that Prodigy has.
Yeah. See, okay, my point of this question was I thought that we might get in here and we might figure out that does our system stink? It does.
I like it.
Our current system?
It doesn't bother me one bit.
No. I'm saying you're saying our current number system or our proposed one?
Current one right now does not bother me one bit because I have learned that you're going to buy the disc. It's going to give you generalization of what the disc might do, and it has its own characteristics to it compared to another company, and I'm okay with that.
Okay. Would you let's say we keep the same system, but we develop a metric to standardize that? Would you be happier with that, or would you be like, it doesn't matter?
I will say this. Keep the flight numbers. Show me the flight path if I can throw a max 350 drive. But show me the flight path if I have that kind of power for that disc. Like show me. I think
that's
like
the part
what
that frustrates me is like I have an idea of like what a 10403 does. Then I buy a disc from like Viking that's a 10403 and it's like a straight control driver. Like this is not what I bought, brother.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just know it's going to vary from company to company and you just got to go to Reddit and figure it out. But like, I don't know, like that's what I like about disc golf. I like buying new disc and saying, hey, I know this is supposed to be a destroyer, but how much does it really fly like a destroyer? And when it does something different, like I don't always hate it. You know, it's kind of like surprising. It's fun. So I don't know. I liked flight numbers because I like learning about what that disc is going to do comparable to what the same flight numbers for another company does.
I was to say that frustrates me, but I literally, that exact scenario was the Viking disc fin rear, and I went and reviewed it, and I was like, yo, this disc is sick. It's not what I thought it was at all, but this disc is sick.
But also, like, how many people can throw 350 identical to everyone else? Like,
True.
Same angle, same power, same spin. It's all different.
Mm-hmm.
I have buddies that barely throw the disc, but they put so much spin on it that they're going farther than me. So they're going at least like 180, 190, something like that. So
Reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. That is a fun part of it. I saw some posts on Facebook and some guy's like, I've been in for 2 months. It was a picture of his stack of discs, and he literally had like 400. I was like, bro,
Oh my
2
God.
months. I was like,
He's
2 months
cooking.
in. Someone
He's
help this man ASAP.
I will say
But
what
hey,
I'm most
I'm-
excited for is the day in like 5 years where like the tech disc and stuff is way more like standardized and like isn't
Yeah.
$300 because I want one of those real bad, but I don't necessarily want to pay $300 for one.
Yeah, dude.
Well, we've talked about this. Let's all go in 4 ways and we'll just send it to each other.
Every quarter gets shipped to the next guy. and
Sisterhood of
see
the
how many
traveling tech
move it.
disc.
Yeah, exactly needs to happen. So, yeah, I don't know. Flight numbers, it's a mystery. I don't think it'll ever be solved. And as Anthony said last week, there's no financial incentive to change it. So I don't think anyone needs to go out on a limb and change it. So, Corey, do you have anything that you'd like to bring to the table today? Play
The
on my
hotel
words.
gave me a rubber ducky.
Ooh, how big
And
is
it
that thing?
squeaks.
Turn it the other way. Why?
Nice looking duck.
Was it like
I don't
on
know.
your towels?
It says, please help share our quacky moments.
Wow.
Take this
Love
duck with you on your travels. He is yours to keep. Think of a quacky moment, capture a photo, and email us. And the only thing that I got out of it was it squeaks.
Yeah.
And be sure
Why-
to like and subscribe and tell us about your quacky moments in the comments
Yes.
below.
Or like
Yes.
hashtag us in like an Instagram post. That's what they should have said.
Yeah.
Like why did they
Well,
say email? Put it on
Because
Instagram or
What are they gonna do
something.
with
they
the
actually
picture?
have a photo book out in the lobby.
Nice.
So they'll print out the picture.
Oh,
So
that's
wow.
I kind of want to do it. And
Yeah, I
then,
kind of like that.
Like
Yeah.
Corey's gonna be sending something in like every day, and they're gonna be like, "All right, oh my gosh, we're done with this promo. We're not doing this
I want
anymore."
to fill up the entire book.
Can you imagine Corey gets back there next year and it's like Corey. That would be hilarious.
But no, I don't really have anything. I'm the wild card.
Sounds good.
He got so serious so quick, it kind of scared me.
I know it did.
Sorry.
I do have something to bring up that's mini, but then I have something that I want to do that's a surprise. So my mini one I'll bring up at first is I'm going to say the statement and you tell me true or false. Okay.
Okay.
2 meter rule should always be in effect.
False.
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 True.
Why?
Wait.
Because it's cheating. I think it's cheating.
What do you mean?
I think that I've seen a lot of guys know that if they throw it into the tree next to the basket, it's going to fall right down and they have a chance at wherever it falls. That's where it's going to be, instead of trying to finesse a shot like through the intended line. Like I've seen guys throw this giant hyzer into the tree because it's easier than following the path of where you're supposed to throw your disc.
I get that, but I would rather that be fixed with better course design or even like a Mando than like a inconsistent rule that's kind of gimmicky in my mind. Like I'd rather the course just be better at that point than be like, oh, this guy stuck in the tree and this guy didn't, so they're going to have to take a penalty. I'd rather it just be the intended line every time.
Well, how often do you see people actually get stuck in the tree when you're playing with people that just chuck it into the tree?
How many times it gets stuck into the tree? Sometimes it does. I would say probably 70-30 it hits the ground. So 30% of the time it gets stuck, I would say.
So do you think people, even if they knew that rule was like always, they wouldn't aim for the tree anyway?
I don't know. Because if they throw the...
I could tell you right now, they're still going to throw that
still
shot.
would.
You still think so?
Yeah.
Bro, people love simplifying this game to throw a really big hyzer, man.
It's true.
I'm just
Facts.
saying that I'm always sick of people like trying to play around what was the intended line for you to throw.
We need more Mandos.
Yeah, Is that really is that actually the question? Like, do we need more Mandos?
Yeah.
Taylor?
I think so. I think we need Mandos in places that you don't even think should have one.
I don't think I wouldn't say that we completely need more Mandos, but I would rather the course design issue be fixed with that than being like, oh, if your disc gets stuck. I wholeheartedly agree with what Corey said. Like, I think for a lot of times, like even when more California events were on the Pro Tour, we saw that a lot at De La. Like, it's 2 meter rules in effect. We're going for the same line anyway. If it screws us, it screws us. Now I'm going to go complain about it on Facebook real quick.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. I'm not like chained to that. My response, by the way, I don't know if I really care about the 2 meter rule or not, but I have seen people just like chuck it into trees because that's an easier line to take. But I agree with the Mandos thing, dude. Like, let's put some Mandos out there and let's make people throw a certain way like they're supposed to do.
I know people talk about how playing golf courses sucks because it doesn't look right, and we have to make artificial Mandos and all this OB and everything like that. Why don't we have a Mando that has like a banner for a sponsor? This Mando is brought to you by Barbasol.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to a sports event, you can't find a wall that's not plastered in someone's name.
Yeah.
So why not do that? And then also put it like we've got a lot of bomber courses. Put it in the middle of a field. You have to throw to the right of this, even though the basket's to the left.
Yeah.
Force people to do better shots. And honestly, with an artificial Mando, we could raise it really high to where we don't have that case of like Paige Pierce throwing into the sun. And then everyone's like, did it go around the Mando? Did it go over the Mando? It doesn't matter because we can raise it that high.
Yeah.
I hate the man-made or artificial OB thing too, because like nobody complains about bunkers on a golf course or like lakes on a golf course, which were also made by man. They just look a little bit more natural.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's not like you go to a golf course and that property is pristine and perfect when you get there. This is the golf course that we're playing. Like, obviously it's just the aesthetics of it, but it's all still man-made and designed to be the course that you see. It's just one looks a little bit more natural than the other. So if it takes Mandos and OB and things to make a course more interesting and more drive more scoring separation, I have no issues with that.
Yeah, dude, my question about, I hate when people get mad about like man-made OB. My question about it is, if that OB was a line of trees, would you be mad about it? Even if the line of trees,
say, "Yo, that's sick!" Like they made a sick
even if the
hole
line
here.
of trees was super zesty and like the weirdest format ever, would you be mad about it anymore or not?
Yes.
And like, who you would?
Yeah, because either way, I hit the trees.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People will be like, "Stupid, shouldn't have OB there," and I'm like, "Well, here's like 4 reasons why I think this course designer decided to put OB in this general area," and they're like, "No," and I was like, "What if it was wooded? What if you were throwing?" And they're like, "I don't know." And I'm like, yeah,
course.
come on, you know, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, it's so obvious, but it's just a different thing. But no, you're right. I think play a man-made course that has tons of Mandos and OBs, throw some trees down there on a property you know you can keep, wait 20 years and see how the discussion changes about the exact same course. Like, it'll be insane, but unrelated. Sorry, Tyler, continue.
No, I'm with the Mando statement. I just threw out the 2 meter thing and we went down the Mando hole, which I'm totally
also,
fine
going
with.
on Mandos, I know we can't afford it yet, but if we could get like one of those scaffolding things for the camera, make that the Mando. So that you're literally seeing a bird's eye view of the disc go around the Mando.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. And it would be multi-purpose. So
I got another hot take. How about we just put the catch cam in the middle of where the guy is going to be shooting so he can catch the disc going over his head?
yeah.
Give him a hockey mask with a cage on it.
Get some bum caps out there. Yes.
Dude, so, all right. So the guy, what's his name? Shane something disc golf. He just started, he commented on something on my Instagram recently, and I went to his Instagram page, and he's got some like shots of like the disc going over the camera guy's head to the basket. And I'm like, dude, that is a sick angle. Like, I wish we'd see that more on like the Pro Tour and stuff like that. So anyways, that's why it just sparked my brain, because I was like, that's a really sick angle. You can hear the disc go over top of you and everything.
Bro, as good as like action cams are now, just put a GoPro down there, bro.
100%.
That's what I was going to say is I'm surprised we don't have random angles of the pros throwing. Because like if you watch golf, yes, a lot of the times you watch like the from the back, but there's a lot of shots of them like where you're facing like this way, and you can actually see their swing. Makes good replay too.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I get that the argument a lot of times is like we don't have X million dollars that golf broadcasts put on, but like I would gladly take slightly worse image quality for just like some sick angles from like a planted GoPro. Like put a GoPro on a tree somewhere and just like let that thing rip, man. Connect it to Wi-Fi. Are you even
getting slightly worse quality with the GoPro?
I mean, at this point, probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, you really aren't. Unless you've got something like with a good display, you're probably not even noticing that like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But
yeah. All right. That was fun. I like that. I didn't know how Corey was so passionate about Mandos. That's awesome. I learned something new.
I am, because
Mando.
I think well, there's courses that I know of that are like very, very simple. I'm just ignoring how corny that joke was. Okay?
Come on. So good, Taylor. 10 out of 10, Taylor.
Appreciate it.
But no, there are certain courses that I play where there's like nothing between you and the basket. Mm-hmm. And if you just put some Mandos just anywhere, even if it's like a rock, like a boulder that just says Mando this way, and then you be the judge because you're playing recreational anyway.
Corey, you should go out to your like a local course, but like a course people want to get mad, and just put up like Mandos, like a bunch of different areas.
Just make them yourself.
I'll put a stake in the ground
and like watch from like the parking lot, or just I'm like maybe start with like one hole, but you have like a bunch of Mandos going in different directions. And
well, we're very passionate about disc golf. I play with a lot of casual people. They don't care about Mandos.
They just play around it.
Yeah, or they don't even read it. Like, just doesn't even. It doesn't, man.
I would say
doesn't matter.
It was late into my disc golf career when I started actually like playing out of bounds. How you're supposed to play out of bounds and like things like that. Like,
a lot of times
the vast majority of people don't care. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So last thing of tonight is something fun that I want to do instead. It's a surprise fun. So we're not going to have Trevor's trivia, but I thought it would be really fun to do another draft. And it's going to be, you have to get a putter, an approach, a mid-range, a fairway, and a distance driver. And I'm going to give you the option of adding an extra disc. But after you drafted the extra disc, it has to replace a previous disc that you drafted. Okay. So here's the deal though. You cannot draft another company that someone already drafted. So once that company has been drafted for a disc, you can't draft another disc from that company.
Okay.
You got it.
Well, I don't know if I know 16 companies there, bro, but okay.
So that's why it's an extra. You don't have to use it if you don't know it or you don't want to use it, but it's 20 companies that we have a chance to draft from. All right. Okay. So I'm going to random generate who goes first, second, third, and fourth, and then we'll snake it the whole way through.
What are the categories again? Putter, mid.
So I'll share what I'm working on. Oh, shoots. Sure.
Putter, approach disc, mid-range, fairway, driver, and a potential 6-1 to swap out, right?
Yeah, I'm going to share the link with you guys so you can kind of follow it as I go, or you can even enter it as we go as well. Oh, I put it in our group chat Discord.
Okay, and because I'm an idiot, I have to ask again, how does the extra disc work?
Extra disc is that once we've all drafted those 5 slots and everyone's been drafted, you can draft that spot and replace it for another disc if you want to. It's just the option. So I'm just going to see who goes first, second, third. So I'm just going to do a random generator. And why does it take so long to do it? Matt is first to go. Yeah. Matt's first to go.
Oh, this is such an important.
This is zesty. Yeah, first pick is big here.
First pick is big because
second is Corey.
Okay.
And then third will be me, and Taylor's last.
Let's go. The back to
So Taylor, you'll get 2 picks at the end, or at the end of the first round, beginning of the second round. So, Matt, you get to go first. Pick any disc you want from a company that we can no longer choose from.
Does it have to be
that's
PDGA
tough.
approved?
That's
It
so
has to
tough.
be PDGA approved.
Listen, I just have the potential to just swoop an entire. Okay, I gotta take my approach disc, the Zone. I have no option.
Solid first pick.
Discraft off the board. No more Discraft.
Yeah, I don't know any other approach discs other than the Zone and like the yarn from Castoplast, so I gotta dive while I can.
Yarn. Oh my gosh.
Or however you say it, I don't know. All right,
Corey.
Corey.
What would you like next?
All right, so I'm going to take a company that all of you want, but none of you will get because I have it.
Oh no.
I'm going with the 2022 putter of the year, the Birdie
Let's
Marble.
go.
I love it.
And the
Birdies.
reason is because you need to be able to putt
It's true.
with something that you know. And I
Good
know
point.
that disc.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm up, and I have no idea. I literally have put no thought into this, so I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I can't believe I am gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. So this guy has been putting with these putters just this past year.
I already picked it.
Oh, okay, thanks.
You can't
this
pick
could-
birdie anymore.
This guy is just switch to this company, but he's putted really well with them. So I'm gonna go with it, and it's a company that I am very large on. It is
There
the
he is.
Steady BL
There it
as the
is.
putter. My DGA off the board. So Innova
So does
is still on the
DGA have an
board.
approach disc?
They have the breaker.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Breaker's kind of goated, honestly.
Isn't
It's
that
a-
closer to a Luna, though?
No, it doesn't fly like one. The numbers are the same, but it does not fly like one.
It's kind of like
It's
a baby
definitely-
zone. Like if you
It's
take a
kinda like-
zone and make it a baby.
Maybe. I was gonna say a floatier AVR X3.
Yeah. That's not
Okay.
as deep, so people don't hate it as much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. DGA is not as deep, so they're nice. They feel nice. All right, Taylor, you get 2 picks.
Oh, I forgot I have back to back. I will say, as a person that's created a channel on reviewing smaller brands discs, I feel like 1, I was born for this, but 2, I will lose every vote out there because nobody's about to know any of these. First pick, I gotta take. Dang, this is harder than I thought. Okay. I got to take my guys, and I'm going to take a surprising one, I think. I'm going to take the Infinite Disc Chariot. The old MD mold.
Mid-range.
Mid-range.
Yeah. I want to take the Tomb. I don't putt with a Tomb, though. So
You didn't
like,
take the alpacas?
there's so many P2s out there. Like, let's be real. Like, no shade to Infinite. There's a lot of P2s out there.
Yeah.
This pick's important right here.
'Cause
I'm
you
gonna
don't
be a
see it
guy.
again for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a guy, and I'm gonna take one. I'm just give me the destroyer. I'm gonna be.
I knew it was coming. Yep.
Yeah, you gotta swoop while you can. I thought about
Dude.
swooping first pick.
Perfect setup. I knew you were going to take an Innova disc. I had no idea you were going to take an Infinite. I thought you were going to take the alpacas, to be honest. So this is super easy for me because I threw these before I threw the Hurricane, and I'm going with the we'll go with DD3 from Discmania for my
So we
distance
got
driver.
2 destroyers up there. Let's go.
2 destroyers. Yeah, exactly. DD3 is a little bit straighter, but yeah, 2 destroyers. So you got it. So Corey, it's back to you, my guy.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Streamline Stabilizer.
Streamline
like that.
stabilizer as your approach.
Yes, it is a slightly deeper zone. I used to bag one. I gave it away because my friend James was like, I am in love with this disc. Because it was like that really cool, whatever their swirly plastic is called.
Shout out to James.
Yeah.
Stabilizer.
It was fun fact about James.
What a pal.
He didn't know for the longest time that MVP and Axiom were the same company. He was just like, you know what? I'm going to find every company that has this like rim around it and just buy them all. Thinking that they were just different companies.
Well,
and I was like, no, it's
got
all
news
the same.
for you.
Yeah. And then I showed him, I was like, you should get a Streamline because it's the same company. And he was like, oh, does it have the rim? And I said, no. And he's like, well, I don't want it. And then I showed him that stabilizer.
Wait, messing with that.
Yeah, I showed him the stabilizer, and he's like, actually, that's pretty cool.
Yo, hold my disc.
So, yep.
That's cool. I like that. I like that one. All right, Matt, it is your turn. You get pick 2. Don't blow it.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Don't blow it.
I'm going to take my putter, and I'm going to take the putter I putt with, the Latitude 64 Pure. I'm going to take that for my putting putter.
Good putter.
And then I'm going to swoop on this before Corey can swoop on it. I'm going to take the Supra as my mid-range for the finish line.
Wow.
Not what I expected.
Let it be known the 2 finish line disc teammates waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No brand loyalty.
9 turns to pick one from their own company.
First pick for me, guys. First pick.
What was my first pick?
You hear that, DGA? First pick for you. Steady
What
BL.
was my first pick?
That is true. That's true. He's got the hat on.
The Marvel.
Got a rep. Yeah.
Exactly. And honestly, I was just going in order of putter, approach, mid, fairway, and I didn't get to.
I had to swoop that because you just.
Hey, to be honest, though, I wasn't even going to take the Supra.
Ooh. Oh, I know what he's saying. You can't take that anymore.
I know.
But it is sad.
Look at the list. Like
I know.
that was going to be.
Yeah.
All right, back to Corey then, right?
Back to Corey. Yeah, Corey. Corey's got a mid-range, a fairway, and a distance driver, and we'll see about one at the very end.
I'm going to go with the Clash Berry.
Ooh.
Wow, what a sneak.
Bro, I'm in shambles right now.
So Clash Berry is the mid-range, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Barry's are straight flying mid-range. Is that right, Corey?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, the Berry is a buzz, I think. Like, pretty much.
Similar.
Yeah.
No, I was going to take
like
the
the
mint
name.
for my approach disc because that thing's sick.
Oh,
but-
okay. I like the name. I like the plastic of Clash. It feels really nice.
So for me, man, I got to think about stuff's really flying off the racks here. Oh, I think I know what I want. Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm taking the A2 from Prodigy as my approach disc. I was thinking about picking another one from Prodigy, but I think I'm going to stick with that one. So Taylor, you get 2 picks. Taylor still has a putter, an approach, and a fairway to hit.
Fairway. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying we're running low on companies here.
Yeah, we are. So I got to take this one because it's a new disc to my bag and I absolutely love it. The Pipan Disc Grunt is such a sick disc that is super underrated. Pipan, if you don't know, is a newer company out of Ohio that makes their own plastic. It's all in-house and their plastic is incredible and their mold's really good. And as I mentioned my approach disc plan, I was going to take the mint and I'm in shambles now. So I'm going to get a little bit zesty, as Matt would say. And I'm going to take the Divergent Disc Golem as my approach disc.
Oh my goodness.
Those things are zesty.
Like the Pokemon?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's the same spelling and everything. But yeah, if you've not seen those, they're like silicone-based rubber, basically like zone-esque shape, but they're fun. They're a good time.
Wow, that's cool. So I guess it's back to me, huh?
That would be correct.
So it's I got a mid-range and a fairway driver left. Oh my gosh. Come on, guys. This is so easy. I am taking the MVP Hex.
I thought that's what Matt was going to take. He surprised me with the Supra.
Well, I thought about it, and then I got confused because Corey took Streamline.
The Hex has been in my bag the last several months. I've loved it as my slightly like stable finish at the end, but the Rift just replaced that. So I love the hex, so I'm not gonna lie.
Even for forehanding the rift, or did you never forehand the hex?
I don't forehand mid ranges. Either it's going to be an A2 or it's going to be like a Firebird type of guy.
Bro, we're shouting out random friends. I got a friend Trent who hardly ever plays.
Trent
came down, visited, and I gave him the rift because he loves an EMAC truth. First hole he has not played months. First hole he gets up and just, pipes a dead straight forehand flip up rift within like 2 feet of the basket. I was so mad, but also so impressed.
Rift is good, man. I like it. It's going to take some getting used to because it does a slight little like S shape if you're not careful with it with the PL plastic, but I'll get used to it. It finishes really well. So it's laser straight. So, all right, Corey, you're up and you have fairway or a distance driver.
Well, I got to go in order. I'm going to go with the Mint Phoenix.
Ooh.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
What is the numbers on that guy? Do you know?
1 second.
I don't even know if I'm spelling these right.
It is
the Mint Phoenix.
Yeah, give me 9304.
9304. Okay, so it's like okay, got it.
I consider that a fairway.
That's a fairway.
Okay.
Yeah, fairway up, bro.
Yeah, that's a good pick. All right, Matt, you get to finish it off with 2 picks here, my guy.
Okay, and I'm gonna pull a little bit of a cheeky move here. I am going to take for my fairway the just announced Trash Panda Ozone as their fairway driver.
Oh, nice.
I was thinking about the inner core too.
Is that the one? Is that the disc that the guy was the owner was promoing kind of on his video at Eagles Crossing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That thing's so nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Hopefully it's consistent. What is it? Did he have flight numbers on it yet or no?
No, but I was talking to Jesse and he
shout out Jesse. Sorry, Jesse.
Shout out Jesse.
He asked me what I thought the flight numbers were off of like the video. And I think I said 7.6 -1.1, and he said very close.
Ooh.
So I don't know what that means.
I bet he goes 7.6 -1.0.
8603.
8603. All right.
I'm just joking.
8675.
309.
Okay, I gotta pick my driver or my distance. Driver. Bro. Oh heck no! Companies are coming in. This is a tight one here.
I'm not gonna say a word because I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on one company for one spot. Don't blow it, Maddie.
All right. I think I'm going to take it, though. Axiom time lapse.
Oh, you stole it from me. Darn.
It's a good snag. It's a good snag right there. Good snag.
I might be sick on the hex, but
Matt's taken a very overstable disc in that spot. But I will say Simon promoted those plastics, and looks like some of those plastics are a little more unstable. So I think.
Wait, is the hex not Axiom, or is the hex MVP? Yeah, we did Axiom already.
No, you're so right. We swooped Axiom. I thought hex was MVP. All right, I have to rethink up my take here.
You can take an Octane or you can take a Wave.
No, I'll take a Photon. I just got a Photon in the mail.
All right, there you go. Photon.
Photon's sick. Just board flat, but pretty sick 11 speed.
All right, Corey, what's your big boy? What's your big dog?
I don't know.
Do you need to know some companies or you got this?
I'm trying to think of companies. I want to go weird.
You could take the Viking disc Odin.
Odin's a good disc.
Yeah.
I saw a guy ripping that a couple months ago.
It was kind of sick, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, I put that in our group chat. Remember I said, yo, what?
Yeah.
I remember that. He wants to go weird, folks.
Does Elevation Discs have a distance driver yet?
I don't know.
I was thinking about Elevation, but I don't.
You know what?
They don't.
This might be what Tyler was thinking, but I'm going to go with the Latitude 64 Grace.
Can't.
Sorry, took the
Got
pure.
The pure.
Oh, shoot. All right.
Corey almost made it through a draft without taking someone else's.
I forgot. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
I also almost took the Grace though. I was
You
gonna
could take the
you
Doomsday Discs Cataclysm.
No, don't tell him about the Doomsday. Oh. No, I've got one company in mind that I know nobody will take.
I'm gonna go with what the. I'm gonna go with a Daredevil Discs Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same flight numbers of a crank.
Really?
13.6 minus 2.2.
Oh, dude, I love the crank. Actually, I backed a crank SS this weekend. I didn't have to use it. It was my backup for like my flippy distance driver, but that's pretty sick.
The crank, I've literally have like a decade of crank throwing. I love the crank.
That's awesome. What do you throw now that could replace the crank? Just curious.
Or what did replace the crank because I don't throw them anymore?
Yeah.
The interval. But I wasn't allowed to use that, Matthew.
Sorry, little bro. I don't know what you want from me, man.
Yeah, it's 12.5 minus 1.2. So it's a little more stable than a crank. And when I took the crank out of the bag, it was flipping too much. So, yeah.
That's cool. So there's a bunch of really big companies still out there, but I'm going to take one that's a little bit off the beaten path. And that's because I watched this guy in the bag last year, loved this disc. So I'll put it in there. Shout out Colbert Allin, the Legacy Patriot as my fairway. It is
Nice.
the flight numbers for that is a
7502.
75 negative 2-1, but it's more stable. It's more stable than that. If you go to Infinite's website, they think it's a little bit more stable than that. So, but the way he was throwing it, it's super straight, especially in like the plastic he was throwing it in. So I'm all about that hyzer flip 7-speed disc. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We'll see what's available in the extra on the way back. But Taylor, your last one is a putter, man. You've saved the most important disc for last.
I did. I was actually thinking about the Legacy Disc Hunter for a little bit, but I want to get something that I can throw to as well as putt. So I'm going to go with the Hooligan Disc Cash. I love throwing it. It'll be a good forehand, like kind of also approach disc since I kind of trolled with the Golem a little bit, no shade to Divergent. And also I don't love the shape or feel of it for putting, but I've always putted really well with it, like frustratingly enough. So I don't think I'm in too bad a spot.
When you promoted that disc, you were nailing some of those putts.
Yeah, I was talking to a friend who watched that video and was like, I've never seen you putt that well. And I was like, yeah, I should probably putt with these, but oh well.
You better not go away from those alpacas right now.
They're too hot right now, but once they act
Way
up,
hot.
I'll be switching something. It's just how I play the game. I don't know, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. Taylor, so on our way back, we have the extra disc slot. Now it has to replace one of the ones you already have. And right now you have the Cash, the Golem, the Chariot, the Grunt, and the Destroyer. Is there any company out there that you want to use that replace one of those discs right now? Or you can pass.
Yes, but I don't know what it would be because I want an approach disc that's not the Golem after I thought about this more, but I don't really know. You know what? I'll do it. I'm going to replace it and I'm going to take a Berg.
Ooh, I knew it, dude. That's so good. I was going to do that one next if no one took it. Because I was like, the Berg is so good. So the Berg is going to replace the Golem. So I'm going to put the Berg in the extra slot. But I'm going to highlight the color of what it replaces. If I can figure that out. Or I might be too dumb to figure it out. Highlight. Okay. Here we go. I got it. Okay, the Berg. And then the Berg. Cool. All right. So in the extra spot, I am set. I'm really happy with what I got. So I'm not going to take a company off the board. I should say also, if you replace a disc, that company then becomes available to somebody else for the extra slot if they want. So I'm good with mine. I have the Steady BL, I have the A2, the Hex, the Patriot, and the DD3. Literally all discs that I threw in my bag except for the Patriot. And the Patriot's pretty much a Leopard 3. So I'm super stoked with all that. So Corey, you get to replace if you'd like to. And I can read out a couple companies if you want about what's available.
All right, so I'm going to replace the Daredevil Bigfoot with the Daredevil Yeti.
Bro.
It is a 13.6 minus 3.1.
Okay.
You want the flippy distance driver.
The flippy
Yeah.
boy.
There you go.
Matt, I like to have fun when I go disc
I mean-
golfing. I don't know about
Yeah,
you.
yeah, no,
Hey,
no,
shout
I
out to
get-
Canada.
so-
Shout out to Canada.
Is that
Honestly,
what the,
I just picked Daredevil because of comic books. So
I think they're the only manufacturer that's based in Canada.
really?
I
probably.
think so.
Matt
Also sponsored
it's a-
Nico Lacastro for a while. If you didn't know.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Matt, you get an extra slot if you want to replace one of your guys. And Matt has the Pure, the Zone, Supra, Ozone, and Photon.
Dude, I think
There's-
Go ahead.
I'm just going to say there's still some big companies out there that we missed.
Yeah, we didn't hit Dynamic. We didn't hit a couple other spots like that.
All right.
But
No, go ahead.
I don't know. Hold up. Let me look at my list again.
Pure, Zone, Supra, Ozone, Photon.
I feel like you got a solid list.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that. I'm going to keep it with that. I think Trash Panda takes it there, but I could have definitely flipped it out for the Maverick probably.
Okay. So I was going to say the companies that we missed or we didn't use, which I'm shocked about. Dynamic Disc, shout out Ricky Wysocki. You can't move plastic, so we just went over your
Got
bum
him.
company. So Dynamic Disc, we skipped. Gateway, we skipped. Casa Plastic got in there last minute. Lone Star, we skipped. Bums. Millennium Disc, they're making a big comeback.
Yeah.
We skipped them. Prodiscus, we skipped. And we skipped the West Side. Nobody took the Harp as their approach disc.
I forgot the harp existed.
Yeah. The Harp is a big one. I almost went with the Harp, and then I was like, oh, yeah, Prodigy, A2. Absolutely. I could have gone A3 in that slot. Maybe that's more popular, but I like the A2. So those are the big name companies that we missed. Oh, and Thought Space. We could put them in there, too.
Wow, Pathfinder would have been a great pick out of that one, but
Yeah,
I was thinking about
Pathfinder would have been big.
I was thinking about picking up the Penrose little EV7. I was like, they only make
Yeah.
putters, so the putter got to be good.
Yeah. Wait, who's that company?
EV7.
Oh, it is EV7. Okay. I always think that's like the disc name and then there's like something else with it. So Matt's got, so I'm going to run through it one more time. Matt's got a Pure, a Zone, Supra, Ozone, and Photon. Corey's got the Marvel, Stabilizer, Barry, Phoenix, and Yeti replacement. I've got the Steady BL, A2, Hex, Patriot, and DD3. And then Taylor's got the Cash, the Berg replaced the Golem, Chariot, Grunt, and Destroyer. So,
Oh, no, like
I feel like those are pretty solid lineups.
yeah. So now what we have to do is go out and get those discs, make another video.
I gotta buy like 40 destroyers to get one that flies like I want it to. Man, I'm screwed.
Corey's trying to like hunt down a Barry, a Phoenix, a Yeti.
Oh, there! I know exactly where to get all three of those.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Right?
I forgot
Now,
you
the
live in.
Daredevil discs. It's gonna be
That's
hard.
what I'm saying. Can you get the Yeti?
Well, not only do I have to buy the Yeti, I have to buy the Bigfoot and then throw it away.
Then replace it.
Same goes to you too, Taylor. You have to buy the Golem
Yeah.
and then throw it
Yeah,
away.
I do. Loki did have a golem and my dog chewed it up, so RIP to the golem.
So give it to the dog. Merry Christmas to the dog.
There you go.
Yeah. I think this is pretty solid. So we'll have that up on our Instagram and we'll put that out there and we can have everyone vote. I don't remember who won last time. I think it was a tie between, I couldn't even remember what we did last time. We drafted, what did we draft last time?
We drafted
The
players.
player, yeah, like the player.
I think Matt's won. I think Matt was the
Same,
winner on
bro.
that one.
I
Matt
figured
yours
was
was
on
pretty
that one.
stacked, bro.
Yeah, there's no way around that one.
There are 7 Daredevil Yetis in stock at infinitedisc.com right now.
All right.
Anybody curious out there?
There you
What
go.
about
Shout
Bigfoot?
out.
Hold on, check it.
And what you could do is, never mind. I was going to say
They
something.
got
really
11 Bigfoots.
Bro, they got everything.
They got it all.
rude. Wow, that's cool. I actually might have to go out and find myself a Patriot and try that out now.
I feel like
tempted.
Legacy is so underrated. Legacy's got some good discs, man.
They get shouted out by Foundation a couple times, but what's the disc from Legacy that they like?
I know
So
Hunter
that-
used to bag a Recluse for a while.
The Bandit. The Bandit is
Bandit
what they.
is so sick.
So Bandit's a 9.5 -2.1. I think that's a disc that I've heard people talk about. The Legacy.
So here's
Bandit.
the thing about the Bandit. I had a Honeybee Bandit that I gave away. That was one of the sickest flying discs of all time. And I bought another Pinnacle Bandit, and I threw it once and it rolled. Just went from
so
hyzer
weird.
to roller, and I was like, whoops.
The Badger is one that I hear people throw too. Badger is.
Buddy throws that.
Does he? It's kind of overstable. It's like. Let me see what they have the numbers as. Flight numbers are 6303. Interesting.
Yeah. And we call it the reg dab.
Why is that?
Badger
That's
backwards.
Badger backwards.
I know. I just want anyone who's listening to try to figure that out.
Reg dab.
Right down. I think it's a pretty good list.
Shout
I
out to
don't know.
Kevy.
Kevy, what's up, Kevy?
Yep.
I didn't
Kevy
shout
the
out.
ace.
I didn't shout out
Somebody's got
any
to
of
shout
my,
out a friend.
I haven't shouted out any of my friends either. So shout out Jesse Betts, #1 in our group, killing it, Team Prodigy, and I'll even shout out the guy who beat me this weekend, Ronnie Nichols. You're a bum, but you still beat me.
Go get it, Ronnie.
I've been talking so much trash, and I continue to talk trash, and people aren't liking it. So I'll just keep on keeping on. I put in the video in our group chat where it's Alan from Hangover, and I think he's at the wedding, and he's like, "I will never change, never ever." And I put that in our group. I'm like, "You guys got me for life. I'll be talking the trash forever." So,
Matt, who you got to shout out real quick?
Oh,
Somebody.
my buddy Levi. I'll shout him out because he forgot that I was doing this and then like watched all the episodes in one night. And I was like, okay.
yo, appreciate the
There you
watch
go.
time.
Yeah.
Shout out Levi.
Shout out.
Yeah, he also made fun of me in the last video in the comment section, and Taylor responded to him. So
I saw that.
do with that information what you will. But
There it is.
Levi's my guy.
Yeah. Well, guys, leave a comment in the section about what disc that we should have chosen from a different company and roast one of us, or specifically please roast Matt and let him know what he screwed up. He had the very first pick and he chose the Zone.
I feel like it's a
Good
great
pick,
first pick.
That's a good pick.
But
Everyone loves the Zone. I don't understand it. I don't hate it, but I'm just like, the Zone isn't goated. Like, there's other discs that are very similar to it.
I feel like I'm a known Scraft hater, and I'm going to say this one's kind of goated.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm so glad that I'm pushing Scraft
I
to
love
other
Scraft.
people because it's so funny because the community college right by me is Schoolcraft College, so everyone calls it Scraft.
That's hilarious.
And then Discraft, me and my buddies noticed that it has Scraft in it, so we're like, yeah, Scraft. I've been putting it in our Discord for so long that Taylor just said it out loud.
Yeah.
The C
Corey
is played.
has.
We need a shirt that's just like an apostrophe and half the Discraft logo is just
Yes.
Scraft.
I have to be honest, every time I'm typing Discraft, I always think, is this the time where I say Scraft? Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
We got to get the Scraft t-shirt, and then the Simon Lasagna t-shirt needs to happen.
Oh, the lasagna one.
I'll make both of those right away.
or a
Yeah.
bit after it.
Hey, put down in the comments anything else you want to see as a t-shirt, and then we can sell it eventually when we figure out how.
Yes, exactly. We're just going to be the t-shirt selling podcast eventually. Hey, shout out to, oh my gosh, James Proctor. I see he's running marathons, and like he said that was a hobby. And I'm like, dude, Proctor is a animal, dude. He's my guy to look out for next year.
Yeah, I think he's going to be certified balling next year.
Yeah, he could come out firing real hot. So,
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Quick shout out to Foundation for being our homeboys. And you can go to foundationdisc.com to find all your disc golf needs. And appreciate you guys for watching. Check us out next week as another exciting episode, but specifically because Corey's going to be opening up his mystery gift. So be on the lookout.
Yes.
Yes. So we're all super excited to see Corey's reaction to the gift we got him. So be on the lookout for that next week. And thank you guys for watching.
Also, we might be moving days.
Oh,
Our
that's
schedules
right.
have changed around. Instead of filming on Monday nights, we're going to be filming on Tuesday nights. So the video to you guys might be pushed back, but we'll figure that out and we will let you know.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Probably come out Thursday to let us get the production going. So appreciate you guys for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Love you.
Bye, guys.
I love you.
Love you too.